The squat is a foundational exercise and movement pattern that trains the quads, glutes, and hamstrings. To perform a squat with your body weight, you're going to start with your feet just a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're going to turn your toes out just slightly. The optimal angle is going to vary person to person. However, try somewhere between 5 and 12 degrees from parallel. So once you have that foot position, put my hands out in front of me and sit back as I squat down, lower my hips, and drive through my heels to come to the top. Breathing out as I come up, in as I go down, up. Looking at the squat from the side, you're going to see that I'm initiating the movement by sticking my hips back. So I got my hands out in front of me, got my foot position, and I'm sticking my hips back, keeping my chest nice and upright, pushing through my heels, coming to the top. Taking a look from the back, you can see that I'm going straight up and down, sticking my hips back. My back is staying nice and upright, driving straight up. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to squat form, especially once you start adding weight to your squat. However, right now we're just working on the body weight stuff, so I'm going to mention a few details to think about as you do your squats. So, first thing, we want our knees tracking over our toes at all times. So, we should never have our knees caving in like this, or have them caving out. Now, caving in is much more common, so that's going to be the primary thing to think about. Way to avoid that is as you squat down and come up, think about actively pushing your knees out that way. You can even think about kind of screwing your feet, biting into the floor to help give you some traction to push your knees out. So really always avoiding any of this caving in of the knee by pushing our knees outward. Second thing to remember, and this you'll see from the side, is for this variation of the squat, we want to keep our back nice and upright. So when I do my squat, I'm not bending forward at the waist and coming up. So I'm not doing this kind of bow motion that you sometimes see people do. My chest and torso is nice and upright, sticking my hips back, coming down into my squat, driving straight up. Again, back is staying straight up and down, not hinging forward. My chest angle at the bottom is very similar to my chest angle at the top. There's just a slight angle in this lower back here. Those are just two things to think about when you're squatting. There's a lot more that's going to come up once you start adding weight. However, for now, when we're doing the body weight squats, I want you to think about those two things. And you're going to do the set number of reps in your program.